Okay, so you mentioned your shows, the chat with Angela and Nancy Meets, and all the amazing things that you guys do. How do you support each other with your purpose, and how do you bring more of your purpose out of each other?
I'm Angela's biggest fan. Like,
yes.
honestly, like, you have to be your friend's biggest fan. So
yeah.
When I watch the chat, I message Angela. I'm like, Angela, like, well done. Like, I've learned so much from this comment. I tell her what I've learned, just so that she knows that it's not in vain. So you have to be your friend's like biggest cheerleader. Like, honestly,
I testify to that because honestly, Nancy is led by the Spirit in a way that blows my mind every time. When I'm in my most difficult times, when I'm just kind of like, I don't know where my purpose is going, I don't know anything, this woman always messages me at the best time, and she always makes me cry. Like, every time, and then I'm like, on purpose. You know, and she just sends the most random message at a time when it's like, and then that's the time when I'm literally questioning myself, and I'm like, oh my God, she watched it. You know, and it's for me, it's so beautiful. And I always say, I mean, when she was filming Nancy Meets, honestly, at episodes that I wasn't even, you know, supposed to be there, I was there.
Yeah.
Oh, Nancy, I'm coming.
That's exactly how it goes. I'm coming.
There on set,
and I'm just so proud of her when she's doing stuff. Like, I just feel like, wow, God, you're really working in our lives as a unit. So that's how I think when you are, number one, able to understand what your purpose is, it helps. It helps because I know that what she's doing is not what I'm supposed to be doing. And so I'm able to support her fully and actually take notes. So like these days I've been hosting and Nancy is the chief host.
Yes.
So literally I'm like, Nancy, but what am I supposed to do?
Yeah. I'm like, tell her she's got it. Like, she's actually got it.
But that alone, sometimes that's all you need. You don't. I don't need you to say, oh, step to the right, step to the left. But just to be able to say, Angela, you've got it. For me, gives me that confidence to knowing that, okay, like Nancy believes that I've got it, so I actually do have it. And then she'll message me like a few minutes before it or the day, and she's like, go on, girl, slay, this, and it just reminds me that, okay, my friends are there supporting me. And I think that's the beauty of our friendship.
And I think another thing is when a friend has told you what their vision is, don't just sit and listen. Like, that's your key or your door to say, where can I help you? What do you need me to pray about? What goals are you meeting that you're struggling with? How can I help you meet those goals? I don't think they don't tell you to just for you to be stagnant in their lives. I think that's how you support people, and then you help them run with their vision as well. As long as you understand, and then you want to be a part of that story, do whatever you can to do whatever you can to be a part of that story.
I love that.
There's this meme on Instagram that behind every no, it's not one of those. It's the one that says behind every strong woman is a group text hyping her up. I know that we hype each other up
all the time.
First of all, I just first of all, I want you to talk about why you think that that's important to be so vocal about each other's achievements, and how you do that without like looking inward and being like, oh, she's done that but I haven't done that, should I feel sorry for myself kind of vibe. Does that question make sense?
I think first of all, like Nancy's already said, it's important to us that we win together. For me, when I see Nancy winning, I know that because grace flows through us, I know that mine is just around the corner. Okay, so that's how I see it. So when I see it, I'm like, yes, God is answering the questions. He's already on number 1. Mine is number 17. Like, he's coming. So even when I'm celebrating it, I'm even celebrating in advance. For your own one. You know? And I think that in this world, like, you just need to go on social media to see how comments of people. You know, people are just tearing each other down. And for me, it's very important that she knows that in this time of pursuing her purpose, all my friends know that in this time of pursuing their purpose, that they're going to come across challenges, but I want to be the voice of encouragement. I want to be the voice that tells you, keep going, you know, come on girl, you can do it, you can do it, pick yourself back up and keep going. And so for me, it's very important that I vocalize that. It's one thing to know it and to be like, oh yeah, I'm proud of Nancy, but it's another thing to go on her Instagram, her YouTube, and you know, like reposted everything. Some things, honestly, 99% of the times, even before I watch whatever she's posted, I'm reposting it. I don't care what she said. She might have even lied. I don't care. We'll talk about it in the later on. But for now, I'm publicly supporting her. And I, obviously, by God's grace, she never talks nonsense. So if she talks nonsense, I tell her Nancy. But I think for me, it's very important that you know that in this world there will be people who will try and tear you down, but as long as I'm around, you will always get encouragement and correction and rebuke in love from me. So you can always depend on that love, because it's the love of Christ that's just flowing through me to your life. But
I think with me, it's actually a lesson that I've only learned very recently, to actually vocalize how I feel and love about my friends. Like, it's a lesson that I've only learned recently. However, now I run with it. Like, the gas is important. Like, I'm being so serious. There are days where you get up and you just don't want to do it. Like, you don't want to adult today. You don't want to do life today.
Adulting is hard.
Like, it's hard. But then to, like, hear, you know, I don't know, Catherine's done something, or Angela's done something, or Gislaine's done this, and just to tell them how amazing they are, you don't know how much they need to hear it in that moment. And I don't know if anyone's actually telling them how amazing they are. So if they're not doing that, I want to be that person that tells them that. It's really important. And it even spurs me on, if I'm totally honest. If I'm gassing up Angela, it gives me hype. I'm like, yes, Angela, you're winning. Me too, I'm going to win. Like, I'm on my way. We're doing this. We're doing this together. When Angela wins, I win as well. And I think that's why it's important. It's like, I'm almost like celebrating myself at the same time. She told me some news like last week. I'm not going to share that now. It's an exclusive, but
I'm not pregnant.
No, it's not that.
But getting married. Let's just say,
when she told me, I was like, what? And I was even upset that she wasn't as excited as I was, but the news was about her. But I wanted to like shout and jump around, and Angela was like, yeah, okay, yeah. I'm like, no, Angela, this is amazing. But it just makes me feel like I've won as well. And I feel like that's why it's really, really important to love on your friends, to love in action. And action sometimes is just telling them that, you know what, you're actually amazing. And sometimes that's what love looks like.
That's right. And I was saying to Nancy and Catherine and AJ, a couple of days or weeks or whatever, when Catherine called and she was just like, Angela, what are you doing? And I was literally in my bed thinking like, oh, I need to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H with my life, and I was like, well, I'm in my bed, it's like 10 o'clock, like, why are you calling me? And she's like, oh, I'm in the car with Nancy, and we're coming to pick you up so we can go to AJ's house and just relax.
And just chill.
I was like, wait, what? You know? And I was like, out where? Where?
And you know what I'm like? I don't want to leave the house until I know where we're going. Until I know that I'm going to be warm. Until I know that we're in place. But I was like,
I was literally like, okay, you guys are crazy. But yes, so, you know, to receive that phone call for me was like my friends heard the voice of God basically, because they knew that in that moment I just needed it. And we went to one of AJ's house and just, you know, fellowshipped in the most beautiful way possible. And for me, it gives me so much encouragement, you know, to know that we have that.
So, you guys have done some pretty cool stuff over the course of your life, your very young lives so far.
Still a baby.
Still a baby, okay.
Baby girl.
How did you... I don't even know. How did you make that first? How do you take that first step? Because I know that, I mean, especially with Nancy Meets, for example, when we were filming Nancy Meets, I know you weren't always the most comfortable with it. I know Angela, season 1 of the chat, you yourself would say that you were holding back a bit and stuff like that.
Why you gotta let my business out?
You know, I have had the privilege of being on the camera for both shows, so I know that you ladies have had to grow through a lot and just kind of learn and just get more comfortable with the camera. But how was it like taking that first step when you were unsure, when you didn't know, when you were scared? I mean, were you any of those things, I guess, is the first question?
Yes.
Were you any of those things? And how did you learn and grow and go through that for people who might be thinking, I want to do a lot of stuff, I just don't know how to take the first step?
Nancy Mills, this is your question.
Everyone knows that this is my question.
Imagine.
I don't know what that says about me.
Means you're ready to take risks.
It just got to a point where like, I think I was just fed up of living like the bare minimum. I didn't want to just get by. I didn't want to just, you know, just make it. And I think it, like, one, maybe out of pressure, but good pressure. Like, people are expecting you to be a certain person or be in a certain place. Like, Nancy, I know you can do these things. Why are you not doing them? So there was that. And just wanting more out of life. That really, like, when I say not push me out of my comfort zone, it kicked me out of my comfort zone and said, come on, Nancy, get on with it. And even, like, going back to what we talked about, as in, you know, being your friends' cheerleaders, I had big cheerleaders around me that were like, like, Nancy, do stuff, like, come on, and it's scary. It's really, really scary.
Oh my God, definitely.
You're scared of failure. You're scared of not meeting
Hearing
other
properly,
people's are you meant to be doing this at all? You need to discern everything around
what makes
you.
you so special? Everybody,
honestly, anyone could do this. Like, or why? Okay, God, like, are you sure it's supposed to be me? I'm someone that is so used to helping other people get to where they are. When it came to get me, somewhere, I'm like, I don't know how to do this. Like, I don't know how to do it. So yeah, that's what my comfort zone looks like, and I'm definitely not in it now. Maybe, in some aspects of my life, I think I'm still learning to crawl out of it. But in the majority of things, I've definitely come out of my comfort zone. Yeah.
I think it's important, first of all, not to rush.
Yes.
Don't rush. Especially in this day and age, we see loads of other people doing things, and a lot of us are like, oh, I want to do it as well. And to be honest, you could do it as well, because because you might have the same personality as the person who's doing it, and you think, oh, I could do that. Like Nancy and I both, like we've said, host shows. However, the guidance and the direction that the Lord wanted to take both of us were two completely different
things.
And if I had kind of rushed and said, you know what, Nancy's doing this, I can do it, I can also host events, and opportunities will present itself for you to do exactly the same as what other people are doing. But it's so important that you take it all to God. Even your comfort zone, for me, it was something that I took to God. The Lord would give me ideas. When I was in uni, the Lord would literally wake me up, give me ideas, and I would write them down and send them to AJ, my producer, about things that the Lord would want me to do. So even I've shared it with some of the girls, some of the things, the ideas that the Lord's given me, and I'm like, I don't know where to start, I don't know what to do, I don't want to do this. And for me, it was important that I went back to the source. I went back to God and say, how do we do this? I'm scared. I don't know what to do. That honesty and transparency with God honestly helped me, because when the time came for me to do these things, it meant that I could always go back to God when I was failing. It meant that I could always go back to Him for strength and for guidance. I think also being in the right friendship group and the right surroundings help. So like Nancy already said, we supported each other. We're like, yes, come on, girl. Nancy, why don't you want to do it?
The amount of times I've heard from Angela, Nancy, why don't you want to do it?
Well, what's wrong with you? Legit, all the time. And she does the same to me, that Angela, like, come on. And then Nancy always goes, so what's going on? So what's wrong?
Because the thing is with Angela, she'll just go around the story, but then she won't actually say, I'm like, Angela, what is it?
Literally every single time Angela would, and then she's like, but Angela,
No, exactly. And I think she does know. I think this is why it's so important to have these people around you, is that half the time we don't actually need to tell them what to do. We just need to validate what they're thinking. That's already. Right. Angela already knows. Like, she knows the answers to her own questions. She just needs someone else to tell her that, what,
and I appreciate it. I appreciate that. It's a kind of a reminder and a confirmation for me personally that actually, Angela, you can do this, and you are more than able to. So having those right people around you, and also it challenges you, because like Nancy said, it gets to a time when you're kind of like, okay, what are you doing?
Come on. Like,
and it's like you look around, your friendship groups, and I see Nancy doing amazing things, and that person doing amazing things, just slaying in every way, and I'm just kind of like, well, Angela, are you supposed to be doing something? If God doesn't want you to do anything right now, that's cool, that's fine, you rejoice in that, but it also makes you ask yourself that question, am I supposed to be doing something? And then it allows you to take it back to God to get that confirmation. So it definitely challenges you. And in our friendship group, we're always challenging each other.
Always.
I don't know what you're sitting there doing.
No.
What's wrong? What's going on? That's literally the question that we're always asking each other. And it helps us to grow, stretches us. It's helped me to move out of my comfort zone and be more confident in myself. So that's definitely something I would say. Would you say it was easy though to move out of your comfort zone?
No, not in the slightest. Because comfortability is nice.
It's nice.
It's actually nice. You don't have to work too hard. Do we really want to work hard? Do you know what I mean? We work hard because we want to see results. If you're comfortable, you don't need those results. Do you see what I mean? It wasn't easy at all. Because I was content with just being okay. But after a while, that contentment fades, and the bare minimum is not enough. and then you're like, okay, let's do something, but it hurts
Yes.
to not be comfortable anymore. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what makes you scared, because okay, I've gone out into the great unknown. How am I going to survive here? Do I have the tools? Do you know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
do I have the tools to actually remain here? What happens if I get there and I fail? I can't run back into my comfort zone. Do you know what I mean?
And what will people say? For me,
What
that
will
was
people
such
say?
a big thing.
Oh my lord!
You know,
yeah.
I sit here and I'm answering questions, and sometimes I'm just like, but what makes you qualified to answer these questions?
Yeah.
You know, I doubt myself. I'm like, is that really from God, or am I just kind of?
Am I just
doing
out
it?
my
Yeah,
flesh or
exactly.
something? Yeah.
And I remember actually one episode of the chat. I think it was the conversations.
Yeah.
After we shot that, I was literally like, Angela, like, who do you think you are? You know, I was really doubting myself. And then the chat. That episode came out, and this one was the first one to message me. And she's like, "Oh my god, I love that episode," and I literally was like, "Oh my god!"
So I can actually do it.
Yeah. And so sometimes that's something that will definitely, personally, something that really challenges me. Of what do you have to offer? But you know what? We know God, and God is working in us, and God is working through us, and we take no step without the direction and the guidance of God. So you know what, we do have something to offer, and what we have to offer is what God wants us to offer, and so we do that confidently and boldly.
And I think one thing about coming out of your comfort zone is the joy and the freedom that happens once you get on the other side. I think one thing, what I noticed in myself when I did step out of my comfort zone and I was doing all these things, and just the sheer joy on all my friends' faces, it made it worth it. Like, I remember, I think when I started Nancy Meets, gonna shout out Mabel. Mabel was like, oh my god. Mabel was like, she was just so happy for me. She said it made her joyful to see I'm doing what I love. Like, and I might not have thought to do it by myself, but now I've come out and do it, and I can see that someone else is happy, or I'm impacting someone in some way. It makes coming out of your comfort zone worth it, like, by miles. Like,
and it encourages all of us. I mean, honestly, sometimes we do this thing to her where when we're out, we kind of all coordinate, and then we're like, oh my god, it's just me. You know, we do this to her all the time.
If that doesn't gas you to do your job,
I'm telling you.
I don't know what will.
But it's because we're genuinely so proud, and you know, we just want to be embarrassing as best as we can. We don't care where, guys.
Embarrassing is the word.
Everywhere, like on the streets, we literally just do it anywhere, everywhere, because we want you to know that the fact that you stepped out of your comfort zone is so big, and we recognize it, and we appreciate you, and we love you for leading by example as well, because it encourages all of us. So that's comfort zone for you guys. Break out, break out 2018. Right. Thank you so much for watching this episode. It has been a great chat with Nancy Mills, an incredible woman of God. Look out for more things to come from her, and also from the team here at the chat. If you haven't seen episode 1, please do, because girl, boy, you don't want to miss it. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. We hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for watching.